Welcome to Guanajuato, Mexico, a magical Spanish colonial town that is, in my opinion, the most beautiful and charming place to visit in all of Mexico. In part 2 of this episode, a local grandma named Carmelita is going to teach us to make a delicious yet nutritious vegetable soup. But first, let's head over to the mercado to start the day right. Mexicans love to drink fresh squeezed juices in the morning. Here you can get a whole liter of orange juice for $1. This woman is selling a mix of grilled cactus, or nopales, with a sprinkling of tomatoes, onions, and cilantro. These cactus tacos come with a loving dab of red salsa and only cost 40 cents. The antithesis of a healthy cactus taco would have to be the carnitas department. Carnitas is deep-fried pork, and I mean deep-fried, in a huge vat of oil, for hours. How else could pork skin achieve that golden color? This woman asked if I would like a dab of salsa on my hand so I could see how good it is. I never cease to be surprised by how open and friendly Mexican people are. At these little food kiosks, you can get fried pig skin or chicharrón in green salsa or red salsa. Be sure to ask which one turned out spicier that day. At 9 a.m., I didn't want any fried pig skin for breakfast, so I asked the señora to hook me up with a bean taco with a little bit of green salsa on top. Look at that made-from-scratch mole. And that rice. Hey, if you got it, flaunt it. Put it out on the counter and try to make your food look better than the other 8 food stands next to yours. All the ladies who sell food get up and scream at the top of their lungs when potential customers walk by. She's screaming, "Eat here! My food is the best!" The battle for the customer can get pretty heated, and I've heard that plenty of fights have broken out. Looking for some nopales? Or maybe you've got a sweet tooth. I love how here in Mexico, you don't have to go to a big supermarket. Here you can find everything on the street. In fact, 50% of all business is done on the street, under the table, without paying any taxes to the federal government. Man, I have trouble saying no to some cinnamon and sugar-covered churros. Good God, Guanajuato is a gorgeous town. I love the mixes of color and the artistic, reoccurring graffiti. Oh snap! In Mexico, the juice is loose. It's everywhere, and its bright colors totally vibe with the local ambiance. Now folks, let's talk about fruit. Yes, do it. Go ahead and enjoy a fruit cup when you visit Mexico. We all know that fruit is good for your health, but I must warn you about the exception to this rule. Strawberries in Mexico are a dangerous gamble, and I've been advised not to eat them. You see, the strawberries here are irrigated with sewage water, and because strawberries are so soft and porous, they are an especially susceptible host to bacteria. Most people here in Mexico disinfect their strawberries in iodine or chlorine solutions, but you really never know about that fruit cup in the window. Don't take a chance. You could get very sick. What have we got going on over here? Looks like a typical puesto de comida en la calle, or informal food cart in the street. What's on the grill? Tortillas heating up to make tacos and little mini torta. As usual, there's a plethora of different salsas to choose from. What a casual yet charming place to get a bite to eat. It was kinda weird to find this seafood stand in the middle of Mexico, 8 hours away from the closest beach, but they had octopus, shrimp, and ceviche. I can't believe I decided to eat raw fish that far from the coast, but I was curious to see how it would turn out. I mean, the locals were all raving about it.
Yeah, really good.
Roast chickens are roasting, and a baker walking down the street with bread on his head. I love this town. The only thing that turns me off about Guanajuato is the abundance of hot dog pizza. I couldn't believe it was so popular. Give me a taco any day. Walking through Guanajuato, I found this several hundred-year-old bridge that used to lead to the gates of the city. Now it has a cafe on it, a cafe famous for its sopa azteca. Here I am on a beautiful bridge in Guanajuato, Mexico, about to try some sopa azteca. It's a good sign when the tortilla is still crunchy. You don't want to get a soggy sopa azteca. This next place I'm taking you is found amongst the labyrinth of old Guanajuato. I may never be able to find it again, but I'm glad I found it once. So, El Clave Azul. This tiny place serves some of the best wine, the best tequilas, the best drinks, and with every drink that you order, kind of like a Spanish tapa, you get a different botana, which is what they call in Mexico, would be like a tapa. It comes with every round of drinks, you get something different. From 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. you get a free botana with every drink. Let's go inside and I'll show you this beautiful place where people... Now this place, for me, is the quintessential Mexican tavern. It took me back 200 years to old Spanish colonial Mexico, back when Mexicans, in taverns like this one, were plotting to overthrow the Spanish and retake their country. The first course of botanas that came with my drinks were some steamed potatoes in the chile oil and also jicama with lime and chili salt. Round 2 of Mexican tapas was some chicken flautas. And the final botanas were some slow-cooked pork in a red sauce, served with beans and tortillas. I could get used to this. I left my heart in a truckload of bell peppers in Guanajuato. Reporting in from Mexico, this is Erik Kennon.